Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there.
Tommy V doing great stuff over there.
Mr. Bush, in this matter, you're charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes, I do.
Court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Mr. Bush, I'm going to take some testimony from you and Ms. Plack. We'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Platt, you can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on docket 2022-1807 DS in the matter of Vasquez versus Bush. In this matter, Lamont Bush is appearing for an adjourned bench warrant hearing that was adjourned by your honor to allow him to appear with counsel. He is presently ordered to pay $516.50 each month. It's $376 for the current monthly support, $87 for monthly confinement, $50 towards arrears, and then the $3.50 service and processing fee. His last payment in this case was made through income withholding on November 15th of 2023. That was for $132.53. This is the first bench warrant. He's had one prior show cause with no findings of contempt. He failed to appear on September 5th of 2023 for a show cause hearing before the referee. Compliance was measured over 12 months at the $516.50 per month obligation. During that time, he paid $265.06. It left him short $5,932.94 for the year. In this matter, he did post the $200 bond. Front of the court's requesting that be forfeited and applied. However, he remains in jail on 3 charges unrelated to the front of the court. We have his book-in date showing originally May 9th of 2024. He's been sitting since that date.
What is the total arrearage in this matter?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that, Judge. Total arrearage is $8,948.45 as of the end of May.
Thank you. Ms. Perkins, do you dispute or contest the statements made by Ms. Platt?
No,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Platt?
I have no questions.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Perkins?
Your Honor, back when my client had his income withholding taken out, he was working on installing solar panels, and that was a job that finished, and everybody was let go afterwards. And therefore, after that, he was having a hard time finding a job. He did line up a new job, Systex. Unfortunately, he did get picked up in the jail, so he was not able to start that job. However, that job is still holding his position open for him. The other matters he's in jail for, he's going to court on Friday, and he believes that he will be let out of the jail from that at that time and be able to start Systex soon after that. What we're asking for is an adjournment of these matters to give him the opportunity to get out of jail and get that job started, to get that income withholding put back in place. He does want to be paying his child support. He does not want these to continue to add. He was just having a hard time there for a little bit, but it sounds like everything's getting back on track, and we're asking for that opportunity to let him get back on track.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bush, in this matter, obviously you have a sizable arrearage in this particular case and haven't paid since November of 2023. Tell me what's happened since November of 2023.
Like she said, it's really been hard. It's really been hard for a lot of people to get jobs out here because it's been a freeze in there, like in employment. But I've been looking around for jobs and everything. Like she said, and I had found a job at Systex. I was supposed to start Tuesday, but I ended up getting in trouble for getting pulled over. Well, not even pulled over. I had the police pulled up on me and just was talking to me and found out I had warrants and it took me into custody.
Okay. Tell me from November to the date that you were picked up, what did you do to acquire employment?
I kind of was just doing little under the table jobs for family members and stuff because I had ended up moving to Minnesota for about 2 months, 3 months.
You were what? I didn't catch you. Were what for 2 or 3 months?
I was doing under the table work for my cousin in Minnesota. She owns her own business, but she just let me do little under the table work because I needed my license, and I didn't have them at the moment. They were suspended, and now I have my license. So I possibly might be moving back to Minnesota to work for her if I get out and this tax doesn't work out for me, which it should.
If you were working for those 2 or 3 months under the table for this person, why were you not paying support?
Honestly, Judge, I wasn't thinking about it at the moment. I was more or less I was helping my baby mama out instead of paying the courts on me. I wasn't thinking of it.
Okay. What's your education background, sir?
I was supposed to graduate 2015, but I had left school in 11th grade, so I've recently been in the process of trying to get my GED. I've taken 3 of the tests at YMCA. I got 1 test left to take.
Okay, so you haven't got the GED yet?
No, but I am in the process.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Perkins?
No.
Well, in this matter, the court does note that Mr. Bush had worked and paid his support obligations sporadically up through November 15, 2023, at which time he discontinued paying support obligation. He's now is approximately $9,000 in arrears, but his obligation is only $516.50 per month. So he has considerable time before that he was not paying. In this case, he stated that he was working under the table for 2 to 3 months since November, but as he said, he was not thinking about the support obligation, therefore he was not paying it. The court will find that he did have available resources and could have paid support. He did not do so, and therefore did not make a good faith attempt at compliance, failed or refused to comply, and he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, first, the court will forfeit the bond previously posted by Mr. Bush in this matter. The court could sentence you, Mr. Bush, up to 45 days. It looks like you spent 27 days incarcerated in this matter. The court will sentence you to 27 days with credit for 27 days served. As a result, you would not have to spend any additional time in jail on this particular matter. And I'm doing that because, again, it is your first bench warrant, first time you've not had any prior findings of contempt. So that is why I'm doing it. But I will let you know that in subsequent hearings, if you have not been paying, that it can go up to 90 days in this matter. You understand, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So please unmute, ma'am. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Forthoffer, we're ready for you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Find a place where you get real reception. Sit down, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm just getting out of the house for the kids.
Okay, movement is distracting to the court. Okay, Mr. Forthoffer, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Court had appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Did you have sufficient time to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, thank you.
And Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Okay. Mr. Forthoffer, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in. Ms. Platic has already been sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Platic, you can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on docket 2018-12160S in the matter of Regal versus Forthoffer. In this matter, we are here on an adjourned show cause that was adjourned in April to allow the respondent to complete his CDL class and begin paying as ordered. The current obligation in this matter is $1,683.50 per month. That's $1,483 for current. $197 is the guideline amount for him to be repaying the arrears and the $3.50 service and processing fee. The only payment made since the time of the adjournment was yesterday, June 4th, for $300. He paid that on his own. This is the second show cause with no bench warrants and no contempt findings, but I do want to remind the court that this is now the 9th hearing we've held due to adjournments. Compliance was measured over 2 months at the $1,683.50 per month obligation. During that time, he paid the one $300 payment, which left him short $3,067. Current arrearage as of the end of last month is $9,846.54, and he has had no previous jail sentences in this matter.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, do you contest or dispute any statements made by Ms. Platic?
No,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Platic?
no questions.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Perkins?
Your Honor, my client has been working diligently to try to get his CDL. He has taken several tests, and it's several different parts that he has to take. He has to take written tests. He has to take another test where he's backing up the truck and doing several things like that. And then there's a road test. And this Friday, he is doing another part of that CDL test. There was a couple of times he failed certain things and had to redo them. So he has been working diligently to try to get his CDL. He is confident that this Friday, after that test, he will be able to pass everything and finally get that CDL and be able to start working. He has been in contact with several different places that are hiring for truck driving, and they have all told him, once you get that CDL, get back to us and we'll talk about employment. So they're not going to talk to him before he gets that CDL. And like I said, he's got that last test that he has to do this Friday. So what we're asking for is another adjournment to give him that opportunity to finish that up. He has been working diligently on it. It's not like he's been taking his time or wasting his time. He's been working on it. He just needs to add a little additional time to get that done and be able to start working. He does want to be paying this child support. He does not want it to continue to get worse. He wants it to get better and get behind him with regard to this. And we're just asking for you to give him that opportunity to finally get this done for him. It's been a hard road for him. He was working at Feral Gas there for a little while. They were working with him with regard to getting a CDL, but then the person that hired him got fired, and then he got fired after that. And that was not due to his fault, but the company wasn't believing, since the person that hired him got fired, wasn't believing certain things. And so he's had issues with regard to this. And we're just asking for a little additional time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Forthoffer, in this matter, she states that you'd worked with Feral Gas. How long had you worked for them?
About 3 months.
Okay, and when was that 3 months, the time frame?
That was, let's see, September to, I'm getting confused here. End of November, or it was in December, I believe. Not a very good time to get fired. I don't know the exact dates, but
Was that in 2023?
yes.
And obviously, based upon the amount that you've paid, that you didn't pay support during that time. Why not?
I called the courts like I should, and honestly, just thought that it was going through. Everything's done electronically, and I thought I was all caught up and or on a good path of being caught up. And then I find out that they never answered back to friend of the court and get that all lined up. But I learned that it's all on me. My negligence.
It's easy enough. See, it's easy enough to look at your paycheck stub or a computer printout or whatever you have. You'd know whether the support obligation was being paid. It's $1,600 and something. You'd know if that's being taken out each month.
At the time, it wasn't that much. It was $500.
Regardless, how much? Let's say it's $500. If your check isn't coming out with $500 less, you obviously know that it's not being paid.
Yeah, I understand. Everything's done electronically, and I'm not that guy. It's everything's done electronically on the phone. Resumes, you can't do any pay stubs.
Okay, sir, none of that matters. If I know that I'm making, let's say gross per month, I'm making $2,000. So I know that my net is, let's say, $1,400. If I get a check for $1,400, I know that they're not taking out child support. Why is that difficult?
That whole situation with that job was just difficult and confusing. I got hired. We want you to deliver these tanks, and then we're going to get you in this truck and deliver bulk. And then Scott gets fired. And
okay, sir, I don't care what jobs you were doing. I care that you were working and being paid and not paying your child support. So all of this is just deflecting from the fact that you didn't pay.
There was the full custody thing going on with my kids, and just a lot going on in this child support. It is my fault. But I just, it's a lot going on in my life and a lot of stress, and that job didn't help. But yes, it's my fault. But I'm just telling you honestly how it is, and I won't make that mistake again. I can tell you that.
Okay. Ms. Brigo, is there anything you would like to tell me?
I wish that the front of the court would have been able to prove that the CDL testing has actually attempted to even take place, because I don't believe he's shown up for those things despite him saying that he hasn't passed. The reason for that is because I spent almost 8 years with Michael, and he had a CDL at that time. So this isn't something new for Mike.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
Nope. I'm just ready for court to be over.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, anything else you have, or any questions for Ms. Brigo?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Perkins?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, in this matter, the court will make the following finding. In this case, Mr. Forthoffer is obviously at a period of time back in September through either the end of November or sometime in December. He was working for Feral Gas. He was obviously being paid at that time. He was fired as a result of again, his supervisor being fired, but notwithstanding that, he had income for those 3 months and was not paying any support at that particular time. The court will find that he did not pay out available resources. He failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
No, Your Honor.
Well, the court note that he does not have a prior finding of contempt, and the court is taking that into consideration. He had 2 prior bench warrants, but again, the court does believe, based upon again the total disregard of the support obligation in this matter, that I could sentence you, Mr. Forthoffer, up to 45 days in jail. I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sentence you to 14 days in jail with credit for no time served. Court would order that you report to the Calhoun County Sheriff Department no later than 4:00 p.m. on June 21st, 2024. I'm giving you that couple weeks so that you can get the testing that Ms. Perkins states you're taking this week or next week, whenever you have to, but you'll have that period of time to get it done. What I will do is state that in this matter that, again, the court will allow you to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $1,000 prior to the June 21st, 2024 date. So if in fact you pay the $1,000 before that date, you do not need to serve the 14 days. If not, you need to report to the jail at that particular time to serve your time. If you do not report, sir, I will let you know that there could be additional charges. You could be held in contempt of court and spend 90 days in jail at that time. So you need to report if you don't pay the purge amount. You're free to go, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Moore, in this matter, he is your respondent. Is that correct, Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Moore, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges?
Yes.
Okay. And the court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this proceeding?
Yes.
Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Okay. Ms. Gilman and Mr. Moore, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Gilman, you can proceed.
Thank you. We are here on one matter today, docket 2017-494 DP involving Brittany Robinson, Arthur Moore. Arthur Moore's total monthly obligation is $168.50. That is $15 for current support, $50 for arrears, and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees. Their last voluntary payment was $115 on January 4th, 2021. This is their second show cause. They've had 4 bench warrants and 0 contempt findings. Friend of the court has monitored their compliance for the last 6 months at the rate of $168.50 per month. They should have paid $1,011. They have paid nothing. The total shortfall is $1,011. Their total arrears are $5,837.73 through June of 2024. They have not reported any employment, nor has any been located. They have posted a bond of $500. Friend of the court is requesting to forfeit the bond.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, do you dispute or contest the statements made by Ms. Gilman?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Ms. Gilman?
No questions.
Any proofs?
Your Honor, my client fell into a deep depression when he lost his brother and his stepfather. Both of them passed away, and he wasn't doing much of anything after that. Since then, he's been able to work through that. He's now getting back into things and trying to get a job. He does have an interview today with a power wash company to power wash trucks. And he is hopeful that he will be able to get that employment. He does want to pay. He does not want these arrearages to continue to accrue. And what we're asking for is adjournment to allow him to go to that interview today and get that job lined up to get income withholding put in place so that he can start paying on these on this child support matter and start working towards getting rid of the arrears.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Moore, in this matter, when did your brother and stepfather die?
My stepfather just passed away like a month ago. My aunt just passed away yesterday morning, and my brother died like a year ago.
Okay. You understand, Mr. Moore, that obviously a lot of people have relatives that pass away. They still continue to work. They still continue to, again, meet their obligations, et cetera. And unfortunately, you have the condolences, but again, that's not a free pass that, okay, I never have to work again. You understand that?
Yes, I'm on my way to an interview right now, sir.
Okay. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna put her on mute so we don't have to hear that.
She said that she was at work.
Okay. Sir, in the last year, what have you done to acquire employment?
I haven't done much, sir. I just started trying to get a job. Like I said, I was in depression. I apologize to everyone. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. What's your education background, sir?
I have a high school diploma.
Okay. When was the last time you worked full-time employment?
It was like 2019, 2020.
Okay. Anything else, sir, that you'd like to tell me?
I'm really trying. Like I said, I was suffering from like mental health. I'm getting better now. I'm really trying. I'm not a crumb dad. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I truly didn't know what to do. So I just shut down. And man, I'm really trying. I'm really trying. I gotta, man. I don't even know what to say. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Ms.
trying. I'm
Robinson,
really trying.
if you'd unmute her. Ms. Robinson, is there anything you'd like to tell the court?
My daughter is 8 years old and she's never met that man. He does not try to pay child support. The only time I get any help or money is when you guys finally catch up with him 3-4 years later. This is crazy. I have 6 kids too, but I work full-time job. I have hustles on the side. Like there's no excuse. There's really not.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
No, I mean, no. We all go through problems. Like you said, we all still have to make a living and support our children regardless of what we're going through or what comes up.
Okay.
Like I said, that little girl's 8 years old and has never met that man. He does not try to be in her life. He does not try to help me. He does not try to do anything.
Anything else, Ms. Perkins?
Nothing further, thank you.
Well, court will make the following finding in this matter. Mr. Moore had a brother who died approximately a year ago, and some aunt and uncle most recently. But notwithstanding that, as he says, that during that time he didn't do much. As he said, not much. He not know what to do. Well, I can help him out. What to do is you get a job and you move on as as most people do, because you have to sustain yourself and to meet your obligations. And just because you were depressed and didn't find you were able to work, that doesn't mean that your child should suffer as a result of your failure to pay child support. So court will find in this matter that Mr. Moore, in fact, failed to make a good faith attempt at compliance, failed or refused to comply, that he had the ability to do so, that they had no, again, they had no restrictions or nothing that would keep him from working. As he states, he has an interview today. And as a result, the court will find that he didn't make a good faith attempt at compliance. He therefore is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, the court could sentence you up to 45 days in jail. I'm not going to do that because it is your first time where the court would potentially put you in jail. First, the court will forfeit the bond previously posted in this matter. I'm going to sentence you in jail to 21 days in jail with credit for no time served. The court will order that you would report to the jail no later than 4:00 p.m. on Friday, June 14, 2024. The court would allow you to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $500. So if you pay the sum of $500 before the June 14, 2024 date, you do not have to spend time in jail. Otherwise, you would have to spend the 21 days. I'll advise you in this matter, if you don't appear, if you don't pay the $500 and you don't appear in jail by the June 14th date, the court can sentence you or find you in contempt of court and sentence you up to 90 days in jail. So if you don't, again, comply and serve the 21 days, you could get up to 90 days in jail. So that will be the sentence and the order of the court in this matter. I'm giving you that time, that approximate week and a half, sir, to raise the $500 if you need to stay out of jail. So you're free to go today.
Sir.
Best of luck. I hope things work out. And court will conclude this hearing.